2, 1. Hello there.
Hello there.
Okay, that lagged a little bit, but we're gonna just roll with this. Welcome back to In a Galaxy. We've been delayed.
Welcome back.
We've been delayed along. This is the first episode that we've recorded that we are not in the same location due to this quarantine. But first about the quarantine, we hope everyone stays safe and stays home. And we hope everyone's okay with that. But
yes, we do.
With this special situation, we're going to do something special ourselves. What are we doing, Jacob?
We are reviewing all the deleted scenes from the Star Wars prequels.
Yes, we are. We watched every single deleted scene on Disney Plus from the Prequel Trilogy, and we're going to review them. And I was talking with Jacob before we started recording. And I was talking with Jacob earlier before the recording, and he and I agreed, and we thought all deleted scenes fit into one of two categories: scenes that were like, yes, this totally should have been included, yes, 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 or scenes that were like, why did they even film that?
Yeah, it was weird. It seemed like there was very little in between. Like all the scenes were either really good or really, how do I put this? Some of them were just downright
strange. Very strange.
Some of them were, I thought they were kind of awful, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
Like the infamous Anakin saying bleep,
we'll get
bleep,
to the,
bleep. Yeah.
We'll get to that
we'll get to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah,
in a minute.
But I have a spreadsheet now that I'll probably post somewhere in the podcast notes. We have all the scenes listed out, and we're going to basically say at the end of our reviewing of them whether this scene should have been included in the movie or not.
Or should not.
Okay, the first deleted scene, we're going in order. So episode 1, we're talking about Anakin's return.
Okay, Anakin's return.
I'll summarize the deleted scene as reviewed on Disney Plus. After destroying the droid control ship, young Anakin returns his, in quotes, borrowed Naboo starfighter to a group of incredulous pirates. So what did you think of this scene?
It was a pretty innocuous scene. It was kind of just like, is he gonna get in trouble? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I thought the acting was a little bit. It felt sort of forced. So I don't know.
Yeah, this
it wasn't my
one. This deleted scene for me was the only one of the group that I thought was kind of meh. It was like, it wasn't bad, but it didn't need to be included. Like
I just found it was kind of like a wah wah wah.
I definitely got a vibe of wah wah wah. Yeah, definitely. So, there's not really a lot to this scene. It's just Anakin. Like, again, this scene, and I'm sure as we get into the Phantom Menace a couple episodes from now, we'll talk about acting and all that stuff in the Phantom Menace. But who cast Jake Lloyd and what were they doing?
I don't know. I mean, you could say the same thing about a lot of these actors, but I don't know. Because like Liam Neeson, there were a lot of really good actors that just kind of, it seemed like they were rank amateurs in this. So maybe it's George Lucas's fault. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. I don't like the writing or the acting for Anakin that much in Phantom Menace.
Yeah, me neither.
So,
what will happen to me now? It's not as bad as Padme, though, to be honest.
It's not as bad as Padme.
Like, Natalie Portman, you look at her other acting, and you look at, like, what an interesting and acclaimed actor she has been otherwise, and then you look at the lines she gets and the things and the way she says them in Star Wars, it just makes me cringe.
It's
so
embarrassing.
Hard.
It is definitely embarrassing. So,
I don't know what it is.
So we're going to say yes or no in the movie. So, Jacob, your review?
Mm-hmm.
Anakin's return. Nope. No. I'm saying no as well.
It just... Nah.
Yeah, I'm saying so myself. Okay, next one. Anakin's scuffle with Greedo. Summary reads, Qui-Gon breaks up a fight between Anakin and Greedo. I actually like this. I liked it a lot.
I kind of like it. The tiny Rodians are humorous, I guess.
Yeah, I think Qui-Gon's advice to Anakin that he said to Anakin, let him have his opinion. So Greedo, this is not Greedo from A New Hope. This is Greedo's dad. Hi, it's Eli from the future, yet again. Believe it or not, I was looking at Greedo the Elder up on Wikipedia, and George Lucas intended for Greedo in the Phantom Menace deleted scene to be the same Greedo as A New Hope. But then it was retconned that Anakin fought with Greedo's dad. But then in the Clone Wars episode Sphere of Influence, it was re-retconned that Greedo in Phantom Menace and New Hope are the same person. Or Rodian. But I don't know, I think that's interesting that stuff now can be re-retconned. Actually.
Oh, really?
His name is Greedo the Elder. Yes. It's not,
I had no idea because they have the same name, so
Yep.
yeah.
But, so basically Greedo thought that Anakin cheated during the pod race, and Qui-Gon said
Total
to Anakin,
Sebulba fanboy.
no kidding. And Qui-Gon said to Anakin, let him have his opinion, fighting won't change anything, which I thought was a very, very Jedi-esque thing to say, and really points out how Qui-Gon, for me at least, was this beacon of hope in the Jedi Order who seem to all have lost their way. I think that putting this little scene in Episode 1 would have further illuminated what the Jedi were supposed to be.
Interesting.
What the Jedi should be. What the Jedi or at least should strive to be. Okay.
All right.
Your review, Jacob.
No.
No, I'm saying yes.
Really? Okay.
I'm saying yes. Deleted scene.
What do you like about it?
I just liked, it's a cool little Easter egg, and I think Qui-Gon was, I think it further fleshes out Qui-Gon and the Jedi Order as character development in the prequels.
Okay, that's fair, yeah. I guess so, yeah.
Next scene, Bail Organa of Alderaan. Description, Adrian Dunbar was cast as Bail Organa for this brief appearance in Episode 1. After the role was cut, the role was recast in Episode 2 with Jimmy Smits as Senator Organa. So what do you think about this one?
It seems just kind of like a tiny thing. It's just like, oh, no, vote of no confidence, vote of confidence. Personally,
Yeah.
I like the Jimmy
Smits
version better.
I like Jimmy Smits as Bail Organa much better than Adrian Dunbar.
He seemed like he seemed too kingly.
Yeah, he
I
did.
don't know. Maybe it's just because he was old and...
Yeah, he was... I don't know, I think it's because we're used to seeing Jimmy Smits as Bail Organa.
inconsequential to me, to be honest. I'm just gonna say, who cares, really? Not who cares, but like...
But I get what you're saying. So...
It's interesting, though, that even, I mean, I guess the vote of no confidence, it wasn't really a vote of confidence in Chancellor Palpatine, or Senator Palpatine.
No, it was just saying that Chancellor Valorum was ineffective as his job.
I feel like that would definitely be the case, because Alderaan, given, like, what we know about them for the other, they would definitely be, like, very, like, oh, we don't like the political, like, establishment, we want to, like, bring justice to the Senate and the galaxy, so...
But, so I think this
not necessarily anti-establishment, like, not very...
So I think,
very down with the sickness.
I think in good confidence we can both rank this one no.
Yeah. I'd rank it as no.
Okay. Battle on the boarding ramp. Qui-Gon Jinn's escape from Darth Maul on Tatooine was not as easy in this first iteration, which has duel continue aboard the fleeting Naboo starship. I remember with a lot of these scenes, there's very rough CGI, and you gotta kind of look past that to get to the meat of the scene.
Rough is an understatement in this particular one, but...
Yeah. For me, again, I'm gonna go on a limb here. I did like this. I liked seeing like we in the Phantom Menace movie we only could infer that Darth Maul was this really dangerous guy, because after their duel, Qui-Gon was like sweating, he was tired. But then again, he was like in his late 50s, early 60s by the time of the Phantom Menace. But now it just seems like Darth Maul is this very relentless figure. He'll do whatever he can to accomplish his goals.
Yeah.
And I think the extended battle on the boarding ramp really establishes him as this really deadly threat.
Yeah, I actually agree that does definitely make him seem more deadly. The fact that Qui-Gon's, because I feel like on the one hand it seems weird that Qui-Gon's sweating after like a small engagement like that, but on the other hand, I feel like if they had put that in along with the other stuff, maybe played it out a little bit differently, it would have been good because it kind of establishes, and I think also makes it feel more dangerous later if you realize that like Qui-Gon is like outmatched, or at least like Darth Maul's like coming for Qui-Gon.
Yeah. Okay, what's your opinion on this one?
I think it should be in the movie.
Yep, I'm going yes as well.
I think it was a fine addition to the collection, as
General Grievous would say, yes. Okay, next one. Deleted scene, complete pod race grid sequence. The complete pod race grid
that was like
sequence,
the one that was 7 minutes.
yeah, includes characters cut from the final version of episode 1. Wow.
It was interesting, but like it was kind of just like a bunch of.
For me, it was like extremely drawn out. We did not need to see any of it. Like, it was.
Kind of just felt like a bunch of aliens doing.
It felt so filler. It felt so like.
Yeah, the fact that
just-
there was a solid minute of just the racers revving their engines and then them panning from one person to the other, it felt very like.
It's like you can already
why are you
argue.
doing this?
You could already argue that the pod race itself was filler. Now, I think it is filler, but I think it was so cool that it's okay that it was filler. But this was the most filler of filler I've seen in a Star Wars movie. Like, really, this was like ridiculous. It was overplayed, it was overlong, it was like. It's hilarious because I think I have the least to say about this one, even though it is the longest deleted scene that we watched. It was just like I was constantly checking the taskbar. I'm like, is this sequence over yet? Is it over yet? Okay, now is it over yet?
Yeah, it felt very fillery, but it also felt like, okay, so now we're just making we're gonna make a huge deal out of a scene that really is of ultimately very little consequence.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
That was the biggest problem for me.
Yeah, okay. Opinion, go ahead.
No, definitely not.
Me too. Absolutely not. Nope. Extended pod race wager. More dialogue exchanged between Qui-Gon and Watto showed a greater effort to possibly free Shmi Skywalker as well as Anakin in the pod race wager. This one honestly felt like the pod race grid one, which was it was so inconsequential. It felt so inconsequential. It was like, honestly, this one made me feel that, like, really brought out the stupidity of Qui-Gon and Jar Jar and Obi-Wan and everyone who wasn't Anakin on Tatooine. Like, they could have and they should have done more to try and free Shmi. You agree?
Yeah, that's kind of the feeling I got. Because on the one hand, I think it's interesting because one I guess like both meta criticism and just kind of a criticism of the Jedi is like, why didn't they try and free Shmi as well? And I feel like this kind of strengthens both sides because like, oh, they actually did try to free Shmi. On the other hand, well, they didn't really actually do that much. Like, they're the Jedi. He easily could have like stolen Shmi or something and be like, it's no consequence. He wouldn't have any he wouldn't have any problem. Like it wouldn't be problematic because the Jedi, like, they have like immunity because it's like slavery is illegal and they're the
Ye-
Jedi. They can kind of just do whatever they want.
Speaking of that,
So it
actually,
sort of just felt
I
like,
was just about
okay,
to
this
mention.
is
Padme said in Anakin's hut, she says slavery was outlawed in the Republic, and Shmi says, "Well, the Republic has no role here." And that honestly, like, it kind of, this scene fuels that. It's like, why doesn't the Republic have any control out here? How ineffective is the Republic? And the answer is very. And that's, in essence, how the Empire was able to rise, because Palpatine took advantage of people's distrust, which was well placed in a Republic that was not that great. It's going to be
yeah,
interesting to see, I think, when we get to the High Republic in the summer, at the end of the summer at least, to see if the Republic was still that ineffective 200 years earlier, or if the Republic was indeed that effective, or what more effective than it was, with such a large time jump.
yeah, definitely.
Okay. So I think you're a no for this one.
I would say ultimately no. It
Yeah,
would just
me
kind of
neither.
add more fluff to a movie that already had too much of it, in my opinion.
Yes.
So yeah, no.
The
What about you?
battle is over. In this version, it is a Naboo soldier played by Dominic West who notes that the droid control ship must have been destroyed.
This also seems to be of
Yeah.
no real. And then and then I'm going to be honest here. In that scene, what am I forgetting her name? Natalie Portman's acting was just atrocious.
I didn't notice it that much, but I just think this scene was maybe the most inconsequential scene of all of these scenes, and some of these scenes are pretty darn inconsequential.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. There's really not that much to say about the scene,
Yeah,
but I think
we can move on. We can move on.
I think
I
we're
think we
both
should.
saying a no on this one.
Yeah, we need to move on.
Deleted
All right.
scene, the waterfall sequence. Qui-Gon,
Also-
Obi-Wan, and Jar Jar need to act fast when their inoperable bongo starts to go over a waterfall.
Also, just kind of mildly pointless.
I liked it. It showed some cool Jedi acrobatics, but when you really get to it at the end of the day, the scene didn't need to be there. It really didn't.
Yeah, it was just,
It was cool, but it was
just Jar
fluff.
Jar
It was
being-
fluff.
and it had
cool,
so
but
much
was
more of
fluff.
Jar Jar being Jar Jar, and that just kind of
I
stands.
will mention about this, though, the waterfall sequence is actually infamous on the internet because I would say 4 or 5 years ago, there was a video released of a quote-unquote planned Jar Jar death scene,
Oh,
but it was just a highly edited version of this scene. But instead of Jar Jar getting out of the waterfall, they
he
cleverly
doesn't get out of the waterfall.
he doesn't get out of the bongo at all.
Ooh, clever.
But it was never planned. Jar Jar was never planned to die. It was just someone editing it to make it seem like Jar Jar died. It's just interesting. So I think we're both going no on this one. Okay. Next one. Trash-talking droids. As the Jedi arrive at the Naboo blockade, these trash-talking Trade Federation droids remark upon their presence.
Funny but pointless. I'd keep it though, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like the way he
I
said,
was
"I'm
gonna
not
say.
built to think."
Yeah, I like it because I think it's really cool because for me it establishes time and setting. You
It
know,
lends a bit of levity to a movie that doesn't really feels pretty dour.
and also it feels like this would be like right in the beginning, and like at this time, all everyone was used to was the original trilogy, and the prequels had such a different mood and feeling than the original trilogy, which sometimes worked and sometimes didn't. But I think in this case, it would work really well because it would really feel like we're in a different time. We're in a different place. We're still in the same Star Wars, but we're in a different way.
Yeah, yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, good. I'm good. I was
Okay.
saying, yeah, I was yawning.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So I think I'm gonna put this as a yes.
All right.
What are you gonna?
And yeah, sure. Yeah, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, that is it
Uh,
with Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace in total had, wait, let me count, 9 deleted scenes. And I know that took a while, but luckily, Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith have 5 each, so we can move a little quicker with those.
cool. All right, let's go. Let's do it.
Let's do Attack of the Clones now. Before we get into Attack of the Clones, I noticed that a lot of these scenes were developing the Anakin Padme storyline, which
Yeah.
really
And they
didn't
kinda got
need
cut off.
developing. For me, it really didn't need developing. It honestly needed less developing because it was so bad. I don't know. Okay, let's go. Let's get on to first deleted scene. Anakin and Rui. While Anakin and Padme visit her parents, Anakin talks to her father, Rui, about Padme's safety. Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the things I noticed about this scene and about the fourth scene, Padme's parents' house, Padme's parents and older sister don't realize that she is in danger. How would they
Okay.
not realize that? How would they not realize that? I would assume that assassination attempts on a senator would be like huge headlines.
Yeah, me too. But
But it wasn't. It's just so strange. And it's like don't they maintain contact or anything? It's
yeah,
like
I know.
it
It's
seems
weird.
it seems really strange that no one is yeah. What also is strange, I think, is that Padme's father never realizes that Anakin and Padme might be falling in love.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, I'm not saying it's that obvious, but I'm saying it's that obvious. It's like, I don't know, I feel like it is, bad as Attack of the Clones is, it's really good at one thing. Showing us once and for all, with no doubt in any of our minds, that Anakin and Padme are in love, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This scene just felt unnecessary to me. I'm voting no. What about you?
I'm voting no. I don't. It just felt super extraneous.
Okay, next scene. Anakin's nightmares. En route to Naboo aboard a refugee freighter, Anakin dreams about his mother in danger. This
Yeah.
scene gave off very, very, very heavy Revenge of the Sith vibes to me.
Also, just felt unnecessary though. To be
It
honest.
felt unnecessary. It felt like a carbon copy of the scenes we see in Episode 3. Just replace Anakin's mother with Padme. It just seemed very. Hey, can I copy your homework? Sure. Just make it sure it doesn't look too similar. You know what I mean? I was saying, it felt like very, oh, can I copy your homework? Sure, just change a couple things so it doesn't look too similar, sort of thing. You know what I'm trying to say? Jacob?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I'm voting no.
I would vote no too. That just.
Yeah. Okay. Extended speeder chase. This early cut of the speeder chase included different obstacles, such as a flag that gets caught on the speeder's engine.
Mm.
First of all, I want to say this gave me heavy, heavy, heavy video game vibes. Like they were just creating this scene so it could be played in video games. Again, like a lot of these scenes, it just was this very, like, very, like details that didn't need to be there. We didn't need that extra Obi-Wan Anakin banter because it, like, established nothing. It establishes
Yeah.
that Anakin's a good flyer. Oh, we didn't know that before. Oh, wait, we did know that before.
Yeah.
You know,
The flag was
the flag was, the flag.
interesting. I didn't really see it
Yeah, I thought it was,
coming in.
again, I just thought it was a scene that didn't need to be there. Again, this sounds very, like, obvious, but they call these scenes deleted for a reason. Most of them don't make sense within the context. I'm voting no.
Yeah.
I feel like
I would say no to it.
I feel
Felt
like I'm
kind of-
like on American Idol right now. I'm voting no on you deleted scene.
It just felt like it felt like I don't know quite how to explain it.
It felt overly
But it
flashy.
was as if it was just 20 seconds of like Obi-Wan crawling out onto the bow, or I don't know what to call it.
Yeah,
Not the
what was
bow,
that?
Like it's just him like throwing it out onto the.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm trying to say at this point. It's
Yeah.
just him trying to like get it off, and it just
Which
feels really
seems so
protracted.
un-Obi-Wan-esque. He's not a
Obi-Wan.
physical fighter, Obi-Wan.
I don't know.
At
It was weird
least
because
for
he's like
me.
crawling out on there, even though he said that he was like
Petrified of
freaking out,
flying.
petrified of
Yeah, that.
flying.
Yeah.
Wait, what is it that makes him hate flying again? Backstory. Because
There was something in Legends.
flying.
There was something in Legends.
There was also something in There's also something because in the Master and Apprentice book, in the Master and Apprentice book, the canon one, he used to love flying, and I think maybe in that book, somewhere in it, there was some kind of a backstory for why he hates flying, but I don't know. I'm just kind of off topic now. I don't really know.
Yeah,
what I'm talking
actually,
about.
wait, there is something. Let me see. I'm trying to look. Yeah.
Like I'm not crazy, right?
Yeah, no. I'm actually. It is in Master and Apprentice. Obi-Wan loved flying at the beginning. And. But then he was trying to free circus slaves.
Yeah.
He just had to pull some tight maneuvers, and I think it's like a little PTSD thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think that's very interesting. Okay. Next scene, Padme's parents' house. Padme's parents question both Padme and Anakin about their daughter's safety, while Padme's sister Sola asks her about her relationship with Anakin.
Yeah. So Padme's sister.
Okay, first of
asks about a
all, let me
relationship.
tell you something. Anakin's an asshole.
Yes.
He is.
Why?
Padme's mother asks her, "Are you in any danger?" And Padme says, "No, mother, I'm not in any danger." And then Padme's father asks Anakin, "Is she in any danger?" And and Anakin said, "Yeah, she's in a lot of danger." I mean, way to rat her out.
Yeah.
And, like, she does... I mean, like, it's so weird that they fell in love with each other, because then, like earlier in the movie, this is not a deleted scene, Padme talking with the Queen, and and one of the Queen's advisors says to Anakin, what is your role about this? What is your thinking about this, Master Jedi? And Padme says,
Oh, Anakin's not a Jedi yet. He's still a Padawan learner.
I mean, these two are so mean to each other. How are they falling in love with each other?
Yeah. I don't know.
And it's not like rude or like playful things. They're just straight like assholes to each other. It's ridiculous. I don't know. That's just me. What do you think about it?
I don't really know. I think that it feels inconsistent with the rest of the movie, a little bit with the rest of the movie, even though we kind of get told and not shown their relationship to an extent. Not like,
True. Yeah, I guess so.
yeah. So,
I'm rating this a no.
yep. You're fired.
Oh boy.
They're fired.
Raid on the droid control ship and extended arena fight. During the Geonosian arena battle, a team of Jedi led by Ki-Adi-Mundi and Plo Koon attempt to deactivate the control ship, only to discover that these droids have been upgraded. I really did like this scene. One of my complaints about the prequels in general is that realistically, there are tons of Jedi we meet. We meet about 15, 16 Jedi. Other than Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Qui-Gon. Other than them, who are the only ones we get any development from? Yoda and Mace Windu. That's it. Ki-Adi-Mundi says a couple lines, but the others are silent. We get nothing. They're background characters. But we should get to know these Jedi, because when they're all killed off in Order 66, we should feel bad. It's not, oh, there's that one guy that's sort of the background all this time. It's, oh, here's this guy that we've gotten to know a little bit. Here's,
Yeah.
And that's why I really like this scene, especially for extra lines for Ki-Adi-Mundi and Plo Koon and extra development for them. I like both of those characters. I know you have a little thing against Ki-Adi-Mundi yourself.
I don't have a thing against Ki-Adi-Mundi. What are you talking about?
Remember the theory you showed me?
Oh, the theory. That was kind of a joke. I mean, that was just like something I found on prequel memes, the subreddit. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess if I could get mad. I don't really know though.
I don't know.
I don't really know.
But I did really, really like this scene. I'm going yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel no because it actually contradicts what happens in the Clone Wars. Not the Clone Wars, not Clone Wars. Because in the Clone Wars, they don't, like, the droids have upgraded systems as early as the Battle of Ryloth. And there's a scene where a droid patrol is going out and they see a dead, I guess, or a destroyed quote unquote droid head, and they're like, oh, looks like this is like C141 whatever, an old, like, yada yada whatever. An older model didn't have the an older model didn't have the relied on an older model relied on a central computer, not like us. We're independent thinkers, and then they all say Roger Roger. I found that funny, but more importantly, I think it would have messed with that, and it would have messed with a lot of the Clone Wars. So I'm actually gonna say no.
Okay. I'm just saying this was written before that. You do know that, right?
I know that was written before, but I'm saying with the information that I know, if I would have if I were making the shot now, like if it was
I
like
see what
gonna
you're saying.
recut, then obviously not.
Oh yeah, of course.
At the
yeah.
moment, I feel like I feel like the scene's kind of extraneous. So
Yeah. I see where you're
not
coming from. I
really.
still think I'm still saying yes on this one. Okay. We're on to the final movie of the prequel trilogy, Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
Let's do this. Changes
yeah.
to the Constitution. Extended dialogue of a scene between Anakin and Palpatine clarifies the ramifications of the Chancellor's sweeping reforms in the name of security. I really did like this scene. I thought it was.
I really liked it.
It any bit of Ian McDiarmid as Palpatine meticulously pulling the strings is all right with me. And he's really the guy who shines in the scene. He's so cunning, and it's very like, yeah, I'm doing this for the greater good. I'm just doing this so everyone's safe. I'm the good guy. I'm not, I'm not doing this to snoop on anybody. I'm just doing this so everyone can be safe.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I like it because it really shows how kind of not only is he personally manipulative of Anakin, where it's like the Jedi Council is underrating your talents and like they should be more appreciative of you. It also shows like how much of like a like politically like kind of manipulative he's being. Like we see this is kind of like a common theme also like dictators and authoritarian leaders where they'll like say like they'll use they'll like use they'll use the name of security to like
Do drastic
pass like do like drastic things that kind of like
and yet
impinge
he's
on,
doing
like, the rights, yeah.
And yet he's doing the exact same thing. It's really cunning. Honestly, though, this scene really what it clues into me is not only Palpatine's manipulations, but Anakin's stupidity. I mean,
like you kind of gotta. It's kind of like I've been like in the not honest Joe's like in How It Should Have Ended when he says it's about time. I've been dropping hints like crazy.
Oh, in
kinda,
How It Should Have Ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like Anakin. He says to Anakin, like Anakin says to him, I'm the youngest person appointed to the council. I think that's saying something. And Palpatine says, yes, but age is not a measure of ability. And Anakin just goes with it. I mean,
yeah.
And
that just doesn't make a lot of sense.
It doesn't, but Anakin just goes with it. He's just
like, oh, no, you're right. Like, yeah.
There's this comment that I saw in a YouTube video. Anakin is the ball in a game of Pong. Which is pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Okay, next scene. Elevator antics. In the original script, the scene of the Chancellor's rescue featured more banter and antics aboard the Separatist cruiser with Anakin and Obi-Wan exhibiting a close brotherly bond. Okay,
Yeah.
This scene was dumb. This scene was just dumb. I remember, you were talking about the scene before we started recording, before we even, like, when I hopped on a call with Jacob, the first thing he wanted to talk to me about was how stupid this scene was.
Yeah. The bleep bloop bleep scene.
I'd seen that before because it's in the honest trailer for Revenge of the Sith.
It is in the honest trailer for Revenge of the Sith, which I think is a little unfair of them, but it's totally true.
It's so good because it's so bad.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't even say it's good. It causes me physical pain.
Oh, it causes me to laugh out loud. I still think it shouldn't have been included.
It just...
Oh, by the way, shoot, I forgot about this. Your vote for changes to the Constitution.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going yes.
Although it does kind of make Anakin look a little bit stupid.
Though,
I think it really
he's
shows
already
how
pretty damn
manipulative-
stupid anyway.
I really think it shows that Palpatine's kind of really evil and manipulative, both politically and like. So yeah, I like it. I like it.
But anyway, back to this. I love how Anakin makes the movements with his mouth, and then it seems like a YouTube video sort of edit. It doesn't seem like a major motion picture edit. They literally add in the sounds to his mouth. Like, that's not a YouTube edit. That's not a movie edit. That's something you do for a YouTube, like a YTP that you put in there. Like, this entire scene was a YTP. That's what,
A little bit, yeah.
This scene was just dumb, and for that reason, I'm saying no. You going the same? Yep.
Yeah, I'm saying no.
Okay. Escape through the hangar. After the Chancellor is rescued, the Jedi need to return to the hangar, but the Separatist cruiser is falling apart around them and spinning out of control. What do you think about this one?
I skipped through the hanger. I found it to be a little bit drawn out
Yeah,
and
this one was
strange.
the only one scene from Revenge of the Sith that I thought, like, the problem with it was that it was too much extraneous details.
I don't know. I thought it kind of slowed the pace of the movie, or not slowed it. It kind of overly slowed the pace of the movie at a crucial
I do
point.
agree. I think it was, it was very, it felt very strange that they were spending this much time like walking through. It felt like the sequence was becoming like, it was becoming a very Jabba's palace as scene. As sequence. Jabba's palace, for me at least, Return of the Jedi, and you know I love Return of the Jedi, but it always felt like this drawn out
Yeah.
sequence. It was like, wow, this is dark. When are they gonna get out of this? But this is just,
Yeah.
this is not like, when are they gonna get out of this because it's dark. It's when are they gonna get out of this because it's boring.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah, so I'm voting no.
I would say no as well, to be honest.
Deleted scene. It has a very long title. It's Grievous slaughters the Jedi / escape from the General. I just simply called it Grievous's Revenge.
Yeah.
While trying to locate the
It
kidnapped
just seems
Palpatine,
really. It's just so dramatic.
Obi-Wan and Anakin find that Shaak-Ti has been captured by General Grievous. This is a good time to talk about Shaak-Ti's about 7 deaths. Shaak-Ti, they can't figure out, the writers of Star Wars, when to kill her and when to keep her alive, because there are in Legends at least, in Legends there are 3 separate death sequences for Shaak-Ti.
Yep.
This deleted scene, the Revenge of the Sith movie and novel clarified, in Legends at least, clarified themselves that Anakin killed Shaak-Ti in Order 66. And also, the Force Unleashed video game had Starkiller, Vader's apprentice, kill Shaak-Ti after a lengthy duel when Shaak-Ti is hiding out on the planet of Felucia.
Yeah. She just does not get a break. My goodness.
She does not get a break from death. I gotta say, I did like this scene. I thought it was, you know me, I'm a huge fan of General Grievous. And I like seeing him more in action. I also like seeing that. I also, in accordance to what I said earlier about Ki-Adi-Mundi and Plo Koon, I like seeing more of Jedi because we didn't see enough of them in the prequels. I just really did like this scene. And for that reason, I'm voting this one a yes.
Wait, so this scene, does that include the escape through the fuel tank?
Yeah, it's the fuel tank, too. I thought that
Okay.
was funny, too. That was a good
It
scene.
was funny, but it also felt really unnecessary and weird, so I'm gonna vote no.
Interesting, okay.
We got any
Seeds-
more? How many more we got?
1. This is our final
Okay,
one.
go.
Okay.
Let's
Seeds
get it.
of Rebellion. Padme's apartment. Mon Mothma and Bail Organa, the real Bail Organa, not Adrian Dunbar, but Jimmy Smith's Bail Organa, discuss the formation of the Rebel Alliance. This scene felt good to me. Now, one of the reasons I don't like the scene as much as I think I might have is because I know there's details that in Revenge of the Sith, this scene was going to be part of a much bigger subplot that basically showed how Padme was such a key figure in the formation
In starting
of
the
the Rebel
Rebel,
Alliance.
yeah.
The reason I'm going to vote no, but before I vote no, I'll have to explain to you why. The reason is that it's not enough, honestly. For me, it's not enough. I would have loved to see in Revenge of the Sith.
It would have felt out of nowhere.
Yeah.
'cause it would have felt.
And it would have been like a new plot line with no resolution.
Yeah, totally.
And
It would have.
it
would have been really weird at that
If it was
juncture.
part of a larger subplot, I would have voted yes. If it was not, because it's not part of a larger subplot, because it's not it doesn't feel like a very
Totally.
substantive
It
part of the
doesn't feel like-
movie. I'm going to vote no.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I get that. I get you.
Okay, that was all of our deleted scenes. Don't worry, we will be getting back to Knights of the Old Republic. We're probably gonna have maybe anywhere from 2 to 3, probably only 2 more episodes of KOTOR before getting into the actual, not deleted scenes, but the actual Phantom Menace. I hope you guys enjoyed this special episode. If it's okay with you, Jacob, I was thinking of having these every 5 to 7 episodes. Do like something,
good.
do something various, not talking about the lore as much, doing something fun with it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, this was
that sounds really great.
This was kind of a bit of fun. I guess we'll see you guys later. Follow us on Anchor, follow us on Spotify, follow us on Apple Podcasts, follow us on Breaker. Let me tell you, follow us on Breaker.
Get the plug. Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
this Breaker thing's gonna become a meme.
I
Badly.
know. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I guess we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Thanks so much
See ya.
for
May the
tuning
Force be
in.
with you.
Bye.